Welcome to the Jerk Circle podcast. I'm your host, Harold Butler. And what kind of podcast does not have the best of buddies with them? Introducing, we got Dylan.
Hey, what's up?
We got Jared.
Hi.
And last, but definitely not least, we got Andrew.
Hey, guys.
So, this is the Jerk Circle podcast. And you might be asking, what's a jerk circle? Next question.
I
Don't
think
worry
if
about
they
that.
don't know that, there's an issue.
Well,
you're not wrong.
fair enough. But
They probably shouldn't be listening if they don't know that.
yeah, fair.
That's a.
It's a double
maybe they
entendre.
should listen and get educated.
Are you going to educate them?
Oh hell no! I'm dumb as shit.
But I have a quick question for you, Dylan. How are you doing this fine Wednesday?
I'm doing good, Harold. How are you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. Jared, how are you doing?
Man, I'm living a dream still.
That's great to hear. Living the dream. Andrew, how are you doing?
Doing good, doing good.
Living the nightmare, brother.
Hey man, nightmares are dreams.
Nightmares
That's
are
true.
dreams.
I can't even
So-
tell them apart these days.
But I figured what's a better way to start the first ever podcast, the first ever episode of the Jerk Circle podcast.
Whoop whoop.
Jared,
Yeah. What?
your
What?
Miami
What?
Dolphins, how are they doing?
Don't you even start with me, man. Right away, you got to open up trashing on my team.
Well, I'm not trashing on them. What's the record again? I forgot.
It's 2-5.
2-5.
Okay.
Ouch.
Well, at least their quarterback. How's Tua doing?
Yeah.
Well, he's supposed to be back this week. God, we need him back this week.
Yeah,
We need anything because the
Yeah,
quarterbacks
it's
we
gonna
got
be
right
rough.
now probably wouldn't make it on most high school teams.
You think they would make it in Berlin High School?
No, I doubt it. Yeah,
Doubtful.
Zero chance.
What about
not
middle school
at
team?
all. They might make it on Pop Warner?
Yeah, I don't
Yeah,
even know about that.
Like
That's a long shot, especially for
League?
Skyler. I don't know.
Little
Sean.
League.
Little League
Let's
is
go.
baseball.
Oh, close enough.
Yeah,
Notre
that's
Dame.
different sport. We're a different sport. So, as I say,
They
so
might
how
as
do
well
you
change
feel?
sports.
How do you feel, Jared, about Tua not wearing a Guardian cap? I mean, he's got to keep his noggin safe.
I mean, that's his choice, but I don't think it's a good one.
Get that wheelchair.
That guy's got to do everything he can to protect his head.
Yeah, bubble wrap, the whole shebang there. 'cause
Everything. He
that's-
should wear 2 or 3 of them Guardian caps.
You should play one of those big ass hamster balls that the people running. When they got out on the
That-
beaches.
I'm afraid might still not be enough, but
Yeah.
it's worth a shot.
What would you wrap his head with to protect him from the violent, very brutal game of football? What would you use to protect him?
Which head?
Yeah, you got a valid point there.
All right, pause.
No play.
Because they invented
gotta
something
keep
very
it going.
specifically for that reason.
Oh man. I don't know, dude. In my opinion, the homeboy should have retired.
I think
Yeah,
he
that would've
should've
been a
That's
good
all
idea.
I'm saying.
Man.
He's had 6 concussions in his
I think it's-
career, I think.
I think it's up there. I think it's like either 4 or 5.
I think he
but
had
they're-
3
Yeah, I was gonna
in
say, I thought it
college
was
and then
5.
3 more here in the NFL. I love the guy. He's my quarterback, but I think he needs to call it quits soon
When you
Right,
before
say
he's
yeah.
unable to walk or think or do anything.
Yeah.
That
Well,
would
the
be a
thing is-
good idea.
The thing is, like his hits haven't been like kind of like a soft hit. It's been like really brutal to the
Oh,
point
yeah.
where he's throwing up gang signs when he hits. It's just it's not a good look, and maybe he thinks he'll be fine, but it's kind of scary when you got some big linemen coming after you, and
Well,
But-
Yeah,
I don't know, hopefully
Wait, who do they play? The Cardinals? They play the
they
Cardinals.
play the Cardinals
on
this week.
Sunday.
Yeah,
So, but if you got Tua back, and
I'm hoping it at least gets a spark in our team because they've been looking absolutely god awful with the quarterbacks we've had.
it's a night and day
They
difference.
don't even look like they want to be out there half the time.
No, they don't.
Tyreek
I mean, you got
tweeted that he's striking up the motherfucking van because Tua's back, so he's feeling pretty excited.
Well,
I
that's
feel
good.
pretty excited because I got Waddle.
I mean,
on
I'm
the
ready to
fantasy
watch.
team. I'm ready.
I mean, we're playing a perfect team to have Tua come back to play.
It sucks you gotta
be
watch
honest.
the game played though, and every single time anything happens, you're like, oh please tell me this guy didn't turn into mashed potatoes.
It's been like that for a couple of years with them.
Yeah, you know it was bad when you got Tyreek Hill saying you could put me back into your starting lineup.
Right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, but
I mean, in his defense, or in Dolphins' defense in general, I don't know why in the hell they haven't thrown the ball to Tyreek. They threw it to him, twice last week?
Yeah, I don't. It's.
I mean,
it's
you got the
logic,
fastest guy in football. Just throw the thing down the field. He'll find it.
right?
If he
Yep.
doesn't, Jalen Waddle will find it.
yeah, but
Yeah, they got the weapons.
switching it from Jared's team that being a little bit of a bottom feeder,
By the way, go Dolphins.
Okay, that's gonna resonate well with all 3 Dolphin fans that I could think of.
Hey, whoa.
There's three?
Three
Oh,
coolest people on the planet there, then.
That's a little too much there.
Oh,
Yeah, you're
2.5.
probably right. It's me and one other guy.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, it's just.
speaking of switching it over, how about the Green Bay Packers? Win a very close, probably game of the week to the Texans on a nail-biting field goal. That was pretty crazy. I'm not gonna lie, Andrew.
Listen, I'm happy. I'm happy they're 5-2. I really am. But I'm just happy we've got a competent kicker because I know Braden Arvison would have shanked that wide left. So
They don't call
yeah,
him
it's
Nelly for nothing.
Oh my gosh! I mean, you were there on that day. I was up out of my seat. I was running from the wall to the wall, just bouncing off, just hoping that he would make it. And thankfully, the stress levels came down because he made it, and we beat the Texans. It was not a nice win. I would say it's probably more of an uglier win. I would have figured the Texans probably would have been favored in this game. And I was pretty nervous about it, but in the end, we came out with a win, and that's all that matters.
I was kind of surprised you didn't whip out the puppy pad on that field goal kick. I thought you were gonna start pissing in excitement, pissing in fear, pissing in something.
I would have just told you to open your mouth, and that would have been good.
Whoa,
But-
that's a good spot to be. Great spot to be.
whoa,
Yeah.
that's not my favorite type of shower. I'm not gonna lie.
Warm and cozy in there.
But
Yeah.
got a little bit of news
take
this morning
showers?
that former Jets head coach Robert Saleh was over helping the Green Bay Packers offense. Maybe a little bit of what's it called? When you go to do a job and you got to do a demonstration before you get hired to said job.
He's the show and tell guy they bring in to really show and tell, what to do against defenses. Yeah, no, I think it's good. He's got, I think the report said like a fluid position, so he's not. I think he's there for the next couple days, and I would assume he might pop back in and out throughout the season. I think it's good. I mean, it adds a defensive headed mind to help maybe the Packers offense, and the biggest thing I would say is Jordan Love has got to kind of clean up those interceptions, and maybe Robert Saleh can help with that. So yeah, no, I think it's good. Anytime you bring in someone like Robert Saleh, and granted he hasn't had the greatest win-loss record with the Jets. Jets fans can probably speak for that. But I can't because he was not my head coach at the time. So, haha. But yeah, no, I think it'll be good.
Yeah. By fluid, do you mean like polyamorous, or I don't know what goes on in Green Bay, but maybe a little something.
All right. Yeah, no.
I mean, I can't say that.
Oh,
Hey, if anything, hopefully he can help the Packers stop a run.
Yeah,
Because
the run
Mixon
defense.
sure as the hell ran all over him this
Mixon had
last
his
week.
way with the Packers Steelers.
Yeah, he
It was
did.
silly.
He did. He had his way. But you know who didn't have their way was C.J. Stroud in that a very
No, they
aggressive
shut
attacking.
him down pretty darn good.
How about say
Yeah,
how many
if you're
passing yards
holding
did he
them,
have?
he had I think I want to say 86 was the total number.
Eep.
So he didn't even peak 100, which is, I mean, when you're holding a really good Texans team that is, slated to win that division, and they're very good. They've got a lot of weapons on that team. Though they were missing Nico Collins, he's out with a hamstring for the next couple of weeks, and you can tell that's a guy that really stretches the field, and they really missed him on that day. So.
Yeah, looking at the stats of what C.J. Stroud did, 86 yards, no touchdowns. He did run the ball 5
Yikes.
times for a grand total of 19 yards. So, yeah, he
Ooh.
didn't do a
Not
whole
a
lot
great
of
game for
nothing.
him.
Not a good game at all. Any
No.
other?
It is what it is.
It is what it is. Any other football things that we can think of right now? Anything that really pressing, really need to talk
Yeah,
about?
what about D Hop going to Kansas City?
Yeah, we got that. That's What do you think of that, Harold? You like D Hop in Kansas?
Well, I think that DeAndre Hopkins playing on the Titans was probably one of the worst situations he could have been in, because he got Mr. Mayonnaise himself, Will Levis, throwing him the ball. He gets hurt, and he's not good. So then you have the backup come in, and guess what? The backup's not good.
Mr. Kyle Rudolph?
I guess Mason Rudolph?
Or Mason Rudolph.
Yeah, he got his head smashed in by Myles Garrett.
Sure did.
He sure did.
I cannot. I really hope. I don't know if the Titans play the Browns, but every time that I see Mason Rudolph in a starting lineup, I'm looking to see if they're playing.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, the Chiefs, Juju's been getting hurt. Rashid Rice is done for the year. And then after
receiving core has been getting hurt.
Yeah, they don't really have anyone explosive, so getting a guy who can still be a number 1 alpha wide receiver for a 5th round pick that can turn into a 4th if they win the Super Bowl, I think it's a good trade. Now, is he going to be able to hold up for that? I don't know. Well, time will tell.
If he stays healthy, I think he'll be just fine in Kansas City.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I think it'll really. I think this is just for this year because I mean, you look at what they have on Travis Kelce. You got Noah Gray. You've got Smith Schuster, Marquise Brown, and then they lost Isaiah Pacheco. But yeah, I mean, if they were healthy and you look at that team, I mean, you would think that that's another juggernaut team, and that's how you make dynasties there. But I think, I mean, they really brought him in to kind of just stretch the field a little bit, and maybe he doesn't have the speed that he used to. He probably doesn't, being 32 years old. But he's a really great route runner, and so you do a little shimmy here, and shake off that defender and create separation, and that's probably what Mahomes is looking for. Obviously Xavier Worthy is going to be that very explosive, fast guy, right? That he misses a 77-yard bomb against the 49ers on. We're not going to talk about that. But as long as Mahomes starts throwing more touchdown passes than interceptions, I think they'll be all right.
Still undefeated, 6-0. Or no,
that's crazy.
7-0.
Yeah, we got to put an end to that shit.
Somebody's got to.
Yeah, I'd rather not see another Super Bowl for them.
That's the only thing as a Dolphins fan I have is undefeated season. So let's not take that from me, please.
I would find it very hard to see because it's. I mean, you guys know it's very hard to go undefeated. Not saying that they can't, but like a lot of people wanted to say, oh, they were like the Chiefs were so bad and yet they still won, and that's just a testament to their team. Well, Brock Purdy also threw 3 interceptions. You take that away, and if Brandon Ayuk didn't get hurt, I know that we're playing the what-if game here, but you take that away, and typically you're not going to win by throwing 2-3 interceptions in a game. The Packers, bringing it kind of back to them, they had 3 turnovers in that game against the Texans, and we still won. And I believe I saw a stat and it said the percentage, if you turn the ball over 3 times to win the game, the percentage is less than 8%. I mean, that just goes to show you that there's not a lot of room for errors, especially 3 of them. So I think if you had that 49ers team healthy, they probably would have beaten up on the Chiefs. And I still think that the Ravens over in the AFC, I think, can just pound the Chiefs.
They got the
And
scariest team right now, I think.
yeah, that team looks unstoppable.
It
Lamar
does.
with 5.
Derrick Henry looks like he's 24 again.
That whole team is scary. Lamar Jackson throwing for 5 touchdowns. Like
It's nuts.
This guy just won the MVP last year, and he's got to be the favorite right now to be the MVP. I know voter
think so.
fatigue and everything, but he's playing like it. He's the most consistent guy in the league right now.
You know what's crazy? And I know Jared and Harold, you probably know this. But Dylan, what if I told you that the second person behind Lamar Jackson for MVP odds is Patrick Mahomes?
Oh, I'm sure of it, but
That's
I don't even care. I am
that is
happy with my choice to drop him.
no, and that's in fantasy. Yes, that's completely fine. But I don't understand. I get that you are on an undefeated team, but we're looking at individual stats, right? I mean,
Individual stats, yeah, he's not there.
That's what you look at for the MVP. And dude has thrown, I think, 6 touchdown passes and 8 interceptions. How is that MVP worthy?
Yeah, there's
Yeah,
5 better
he
running
just
backs.
made his longest run of what, like 33 yards?
Yeah.
For this year, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, that's really sad.
He hasn't been great, but
so when you dropped him, Dylan, did you play any like Taylor Swift like breakup songs when you dropped him? Was it tears in your eyes?
Any songs she makes, you mean?
Yeah, no, I didn't have any remorse for that.
No, you just shook
I'm
it off?
happy with the choice.
Shake it
Yep.
off.
Okay. I see how it is.
Funny,
Right.
funny.
Any other big news that we can think of for football, or I
Bryce
can't
Young
think of
is
much.
starting. Woohoo!
Is he for real?
Yes, because Andy Dalton got into an accident and I think he hurt his thumb. So
That's not
he
ideal.
is not
Dumb.
starting anymore.
Who was the other driver? Do we know if that was, a civilian, or was that Bryce Young himself?
Civilian.
Yeah, I do not know all of the details on that one. But it seemed like from the initial reporting that it wasn't anything too major. I mean, he was looked at by his medical team, and sounds like he's okay. I just know, looking at the injury report today, they made Bryce Young the starter because Andy Dalton was dealing with a thumb injury. So,
and that's of course when Dylan decides to make a trade with me and give me Deontay Johnson, who definitely will not be starting now.
no, didn't you go?
Come on, you got no faith in Young?
No, I got less faith in Young than I do Daniel Jones. So,
well, I had zero faith in Danny Jones.
That's rough.
They got to take away the nickname Danny Dimes. It's got to be Daniel Pennies right now. It can't be worse. I don't think it could be even worse.
No, I call him Janiel Dones. That's his name. Janiel Dones.
He's right up there with Skyler. He's one of the worst.
Yeah, or Tim Boyle. Up there too.
Yeah, Mr. Throw it away on 4th down.
I think if doctor told me I was gonna die tomorrow, I think I'd have Daniel Jones be the officiant at my funeral, just so he can let me down one more time. Because
I'd gladly do it for you.
I know you would, but I'm afraid that you're gonna get, in legal trouble, probably playing with my corpse. I don't know.
A little bit of something. I don't know.
It's gonna be a closed casket funeral once you're done with me. So
100%.
But yeah, we're gonna take a short little break, and then when we come back, we get to talk about Jellyroll, everyone's favorite country artist, right, guys?
Big Jelly.
Jelly Belly.
Okay.
Alrighty, we are back, and Jellyroll. Some people really, really don't like him. We got a coworker that we work with. We're not gonna name him, but that's his biggest op. Jellyroll calls him Belly Swole.
Belly Flop, Belly Swole, Jelly Belly. There's multiple names he calls him.
There's also a
I
couple
mean, they're all
other
pretty
nicknames,
catchy names.
but
Yeah, there's some we won't use.
some of them we can't use for the FDC won't allow us to say it, so we won't say it. But I'm kind of surprised because me personally, I've never liked country music. I liked old folk music, Little Johnny Cash, but never in my entire life have I really been interested in country music until I started listening to Jellyroll, and I don't know what it is.
I mean, he kind of straddles the line. He's not like full country
Right.
at all. But
Yeah.
he does make some really good music. I'll say that.
He makes some catchy songs, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Is there a specific like quality or trait or something that he does that really brings you in, Dylan, and why you came to like him so much?
Oh. Well, I first found him, I don't know, 2018, 2019, sometime in there, where he wasn't really, he wasn't huge per se yet, and he wasn't really like crossing the country line yet either. Kind of was, but he kind of wasn't. I believe the song was "Fall in the Fall" or something like that. That was the first one I found by him, and I think that just kind of hooked me. To be honest.
Yeah, it was. I've actually only listened to him. I want to say I just got a little bit at the end of 2023, so I'm very brand new. But I'm also a big. I like country. I like country a lot. I think Jellyroll fits in with kind of like the Morgan Wallen, kind of like the Nate Smith, kind of like those guys where it's like he's got kind of like a rap a little bit he could do,
Right.
with some features on there, or he can sound really country. And I think honestly that's the type of stuff that people like, because while you've got your country, you kind of just barely like creep into the other genres. I think that's what kind of sets you apart a little bit. And why another reason like I like Hardy a lot, he's got that rock sound to him. But yeah, no, Jelly Roll, I mean, he's good, and his new album is very good.
Beautifully
His new
broken.
Yep.
album, yes, Beautifully Broken. There's a lot of good songs on there. One of my favorites
It's a
being
rather long album.
It's very
oh,
long,
it's a
yeah.
very long. Yeah, his what is it? The Picking Up the
Picking up the
Pieces
pieces, yeah, the extended.
is 28 total songs for an hour and 23 minutes.
Yep.
So yeah, it's got a lot of different different types of songs on there. Some slow, some fast.
It got
Yeah.
a Machine Gun Kelly feature on it, which yeah,
Terrible.
that's
That
a
is terrible.
that's a decision right there.
Well, which is our script for you boys at the moment? Like, what's like your top like 2 takeaways from the album?
oof. Well, I guess I'll just jump in here, and I really like Burning a lot. Burning
Yeah,
is
that's a good one.
Burning is probably one of my favorites, and then I think the other two that I really, really, really love that I could probably listen to at any point is Liar and Guilty. Guilty is
Oh yeah.
a good love song, and it's great. I've showed it to my wife, and she actually really likes it. She thought it was cute, so it's a great song to get your women into Jelly Roll because they should, because Jelly Roll's
I
awesome.
mean, yeah,
man.
yeah, I agree.
Yeah,
We don't
Burning.
discriminate. We don't discriminate.
We don't
Yeah,
discriminate,
Burning's
brother.
just a really good song.
What
do
Yeah,
you like?
Burning is very good.
I'm looking at Spotify right now.
Yeah.
His
All
two
right.
most played albums or songs are "Liar" and "I Am Not Okay."
That makes sense.
Those were both singles released before the full album.
Why
Okay,
aren't
I
you
thought
okay?
so.
Yeah,
Oh, I'm
why aren't
fine.
you
Which
okay?
both are
Well,
very
you
good.
see, my place of employment. That's all I got to say.
Yeah, fair enough. Fair enough.
Hey, Jared, since you're
Nah,
on
I lied. It's not bad.
since you're on Spotify,
Okay,
where can you find the podcast? Is that on Spotify?
It is on Spotify, actually. Just look up the Jerk Circle.
The Jerk
Oh, it is? It's
Circle.
on Spotify? We're actually on
We
Spotify?
made it, boys. We
That's
made it,
right.
Mama.
You heard it here first.
I
We're
have a
on.
question. I have a big question.
Okay, let's hear it. What's the big question?
What's Spotify?
What is
Mm.
Spotify? Well, this guy must have been living under a rock.
A big rock.
Yeah, I'm just
hairy rock.
going through the chain.
Well, Harold, I have a real question.
Ooh, okay, let's hear it. Let's hear it.
While we're here, what other platforms can they hear our show on?
Well,
Burn, you ever hear that song?
okay, that was pretty rough.
That was rough.
If you give me a quick second here, I'll be more than happy to tell you what we can get it on. But while I'm busy, doing my job that I should have been
While
doing.
you're busy doing that, I am going to ask Dylan the question.
Oh boy. Okay, here we go.
And I want a detailed explanation of why you do not like biscuits and gravy.
Ooh, yes, good question.
No. Okay. So it is not necessarily the fact that I do not like them. It is the fact that every time in history that I have eaten them, I get a killer headache. And that is the only reason I will not eat them now.
Now, how long
the
ago was the
only
last
reason-
time you did this?
2017 maybe?
Okay, so not that ungod awfully long ago.
No, not terribly long ago. But throughout the past, whenever I eat it, I don't know if it's something about the combination or a certain ingredient in there, I get a headache, and it just ruins it for me.
I'm not
Like I
gonna
don't
lie.
even miss
Headache
the
or
fact
not,
that I can't eat it.
I'm never gonna stop eating biscuits and gravy.
I hope that you don't.
is-
You know,
it is
if
one of the
someone can
single
enjoy it,
greatest
I
breakfast
think you
foods
should.
ever.
You know.
Oh, it is amazing. I mean, you
It is-
slop some wet sauce on
Oh.
top of some soft biscuits. I mean,
Yeah,
there's
there's
nothing.
not much better.
Oh, and then you got
I
that
don't know.
those big old sausage clumps in there.
Smell it.
Ugh, that sounds awful to me.
Maybe you
And
just haven't
Only
had good
because
biscuits and
I've been
gravy.
turned off of it for so long.
Yeah, what was
It
the
sounds
last-
terrible.
Who made your biscuits and gravy last time? Who made it?
Yeah, where'd you have them?
I've had them from multiple restaurants and multiple different
That's the problem. You have to
individuals'
find a
homes.
grandma to make it.
Yeah, you know any grandmas? you
and
find?
individuals' homes. No, mine are both dead.
Oh,
So I've got a question, Dylan.
What's up?
So does this headache, does it linger the whole day, or if you were to pop like a couple extra strengths, would that kind of clear it?
It lingers. It lingers.
Oh,
It's not ideal.
That's really weird.
That's why I avoid it. I can't.
Yeah, that's really weird. I don't know if I've ever had a food where I've eaten and it's just given me like this god awful headache.
I don't think so.
It's almost a little concerning. You might want to bring that up to your doctor.
Well, I can just avoid the problem entirely and just not eat them.
But you're missing out.
But you're missing out.
See, I don't feel like I am anymore though,
Oh,
because
no,
I've been off of it for so long that just thinking about it is like a turn
He's
off. I
talking
don't
about
want
it
to
like
eat
it's an
them.
addiction, like he's suffering substance abuse.
I mean, it is kind of
for
addictive.
years. Let me be.
I would say if you get some nice gravy and some biscuits and you pour that all over Harold, I guarantee you'll get turned on.
Oh,
No, but
That
I
could be
know
every last
Jared will
drop,
be
too.
licking it off of him.
Oh yeah.
There's not a whole lot of sausage though, so. But email in at
can add.
thejerksircleshow@gmail.com if you got any other weird food quirks, because I think that Dylan's frankly a garbage opinion, whether it's his own opinion, whether it's medical, whether it's him being soft because he's today's generation, I feel like that's the tip of the
Okay.
iceberg. I feel like there's some people out there that are real weirdos. Like, we're talking like ice cream and ketchup weirdos. I know for sure.
Oh,
out there.
Yeah,
dude.
that's messed up.
My grandma did that. She put ketchup
What?
on her ice cream.
That sounds
Yeah, she
disgusting.
did.
Oh yeah,
She
no.
put ketchup on her ice cream.
So
Don't ask me why. I never learned why, but apparently it was good.
I
Yeah.
can't see how.
Ugh.
Yeah, I can't see how either. But I will say,
Good, not tell you.
give Dylan some grace just because I can see as much as like, yeah, I was born down in the South and I absolutely love biscuits and gravy. I would say it's got to be kind of an acquired taste because you've got two different types of foods. You're slashing them together.
They
one
don't sound
being-
like they should go together.
right, and they don't. And if it's not made correctly, then it can be
Oh, 100%.
bleh. So you know you got to find those right places. Cracker Barrel being one of them. But you know, shout out to Cracker Barrel if you want to sponsor us. No, yeah, no, I would say it's got to
Our
be an
gonna get
acquired taste.
canceled.
Cracker Barrel's
Who's
so
getting
mid. I'm
canceled?
sorry. The last time I had it, it tasted like
We are.
Oh,
No, you
cooks.
Been a while.
name
All
dropping.
right, well the host
They're
is
like,
not
oh, that's not
hosting
allowed.
ever
That's not
again.
allowed.
Harold, this is his first and only podcast.
Right?
Yeah, the only episode of the Jerk Circle podcast. No more coming up after this.
No, just
Aw.
you though.
Oh, it's just gonna be me talking to myself. That's gonna be kind of sad. We'll take it over to Harold.
Yeah, you're used to it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you and your multi personalities.
What? Okay. Whoa.
I mean,
Whoa,
it probably
whoa,
helps
whoa.
when he's playing with himself.
Well, okay.
Facts.
Okay, you're actually not wrong there, but that's not the point.
I know.
The
It's
point
not the
is,
point, but it helps.
you know, I don't even know. I don't even know what the point is. You know,
There is
I
no
don't know if there
point.
was one,
He's
yeah.
just here. He just exists.
I just,
Pretty
you know,
much.
I'm just vibing. I'm just kind of chilling
Harold's
out.
just here to look cute, man.
Yeah, I feel like I look pretty damn cute myself, you know? I get all the
Oh,
old
yeah.
ladies hitting me up, you know, at the McDonald's drive-thru, like, you know,
That's a
calling me
good
cute.
place to be.
You
Oh,
know?
Harold, the only ladies I've ever seen hit you up was to get you to buy them shots at the bar. All right.
And I did like a
All right,
true
I got
gentleman.
a question. I actually have a legitimate question for Harold.
Ooh, okay.
So, would you or have you ever considered when you grow out your fro? Have you ever considered doing dreads?
Well, I can't say that I've
would be
considered doing
interesting.
dreads because I have done dreads in the past.
Well, we need proof.
In middle school,
I feel like those
convinced-
kind of would go hard.
Yeah, honestly, I gotta see this.
in middle school, I have to find a photo of it. But in middle school, I convinced myself that I was going to become a big-time rapper. And the only way I could become big-time was my favorite rap artist at the time, Lil Uzi Vert, had purple dreads. So I said, Harold, you and your Jew fro has to get purple dreads. Yeah, it was definitely it was a moment. It was not the greatest moment, but it was a moment.
Sounds like an
All right.
awesome moment.
If our followers, listeners out there can get us to, 100 subscribers, we'll drop that picture of Harold with dreadlocks.
Hey, since we're talking
Ooh.
about this, how many subscribers, Harold, would you need to shave your head?
Well, that would be a question for my fiance because the
Okay.
last time I cut my hair short, she was ready to split up with me. She said, "You ever cut that short again, I'm gonna act like I never known you."
She does know it'll
oof.
grow back, correct?
It does grow back, and it grows back, pretty thick. I'm not gonna lie. It looks like a mop.
So I don't see no downside here.
Well, if this podcast could get to, I don't know, what would be a good number? What would be a good number?
How about this? Harold's wife, if you listen to this, tell us how many subscribers we need.
Yeah, okay. She'll pick the number. Everyone will know by the next episode what that number is. And if
Okay.
you guys can tell your friends, friends, your grandmas, your postal service employees, anybody, really. I mean, your dogs, make them a YouTube account. If you can get this channel to that number, we'll shave the head. For those who don't know, we're rocking a mullet. It's a little bit messy right now. It looks like a mop. But we'll definitely...
It's not really a mop now.
No,
Big old mop of hair.
Oh!
that's a damn good description, actually.
Yeah.
Look kind of like Andrew's dog, to be honest.
It does look like Andrew's dog.
What do you mean? What do you mean? My dog is shaved right now. He's like a buzz cut at most.
Last time I saw him, he was all fuzzy wuzzy.
Well, there's a difference to fuzzy wuzzy and mop hair, like Harold.
Yeah, fair enough.
When
Like,
you look at
Harold, you're
your
getting
dog-
beat out by a dog right now.
Yeah,
That's
you
not
could
ideal.
You could just tape a mop head to the back of his head or the top of his head, whatever looks better.
Wouldn't know the
and
difference.
You wouldn't know the difference, no.
Wow.
So
That's mean.
yeah, should we get into the big $1 billion question now?
I don't know. Are we ready for it? We ready for the $1 billion question?
I've got my answer. I already know what that is.
Yeah, same.
So, for those of the listening who do not know what the $1 billion question is, while we were at work, we concluded.
No, we didn't conclude.
There was no conclusion because there was a whole lot of arguing, a whole lot of yelling, a whole lot of name calling. We came up with
fair arguments.
A question of sorts, judgment, kind of like a saw trap almost. Would you suck a dick to completion for $1 billion?
Who are you asking first?
Who wants to answer it first? I mean, I can answer it first, and I would run with it. You know,
Harold.
Yeah,
we
Harold,
all know.
give us your
we
shot
all know.
here.
All right.
We all know your answer.
Now, the task at hand is a dark and grave one. But for $1 billion, I think a better question would be, what wouldn't I do? $1 billion, I could do whatever I want. I could buy a boat. I could buy 2 boats. I could retire. I could do whatever I want. And all I have to do is do something that some people do for free. You know what? That's something I can live with. I'd do it for $1 billion. Hell, I might even do it for $1 million.
And yeah, I mean, sure, if that's floats your boat, but I'm gonna go with a no, a big fat capital N-O. There ain't no way that I'm sucking a dick to completion. I don't care if it's $1 zillion. Make up any kind of name, number, word, whatever to describe the amount that would be paid to me for that. Absolutely not. That's a big fat no. No way.
Well worded.
And that's how I feel about that.
But $1 billion, you're retiring your family, your mommy, your dad, everybody. You're retiring if you want.
Do you know how that conversation will come up? Oh, Andrew, how did you retire us? Or how did you oh, well, I just had to get on my knees and just
say you had a business opportunity.
Yeah, you ain't got to go into detail.
You see, you still have to live with the mental guilt that you did that every day of your life.
It's it's just as bad as Mason Rudolph probably sleeps and has nightmares of just Myles Garrett. And that would be me. I would be Mason Rudolph with the nightmares if I did that. I could not be the same ever again. I don't care how much. If I'm sleeping with a money blanket at that point, it would not suffice my brain to give me the peace that I need to go on about my day.
Yeah.
Well,
my opinion?
Yeah,
I'd sleep like a fucking baby. I will deep throat that thing as far down my throat as I can possibly get it for $1 billion.
I don't blame you.
For a Billy? Yeah,
of course you don't.
I'm taking all of it.
It worries me that there's no thought process into the answer. It's just an automatic yes.
My thought process is exactly what Harold said. I can retire all my friends and family. I ain't never got to work a day again. So I wake up and be like, man, I had to suck a dick one time. Like he said, people do that shit for fun.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you're not wrong. That is true. People do.
Okay.
Pause.
Why don't we just leave it to the professionals?
Oh, yeah, actually, you know what? That's a really smart idea. You guys can just suck the dicks, and then you can just retire me. That works. $1 billion is plenty of money. You could just retire Dylan and I, because I know what Dylan's answer is. Dylan.
Well, Dylan, he's closetly loves it.
I closetly do not love it.
Yeah,
I openly hate it.
What about the second part you said? It all depends on how big it is.
Yeah, okay.
No, I never.
You want to clarify that?
I do want to clarify that because I asked you. I said I could not do it. Right? Would not do it. And then the topic came out, or I thought of, how big would it be? Like, what is your limit? You know, like, is there a size that is too big for you to say no?
Not really.
No, like
I think
Well,
I think
okay.
for these
talking like
guys, it's definitely no. It's gonna
16
be any
inches,
size.
like Eagle's claw screech kind of thing. Like that thing's touching
good for
your
that guy.
tummy. That thing
Wait,
is
why
going
is it
into your
Eagle's
stomach.
claw?
Eagle's claw,
Okay,
freedom.
it's gonna stir your stomach acid, and you're still gonna suck on it.
Well, okay. What's your
Dylan.
cutoff then?
There is no size eligible for that because I would not do it.
Good answer.
I'm clipping that out of context. We're gonna make it sound horrible.
Oh,
I see this.
I'm gonna sound absolutely atrocious now.
I see this as an absolute win for Dylan and I. We let the professionals, Jared and Harold, we let the professionals handle it, Dylan, and then you and I just get a cut of what they've done, and we just get a win-win. We didn't have to suck a dick, and we get to retire. I see this as an absolute win.
Okay, but
See?
are they nice enough to do that though?
Oh, I know
Like,
Harold is.
Are we on their list? They're gonna be like, I'm gonna take care of you, baby. Like, retire. We're gonna go full time on this. You know, put everything into the podcast or whatever. You know, Jared's gonna go touch himself playing golf, whatever it is.
Oh hell yeah!
I mean,
I'm playing
It's
golf every day after that.
it's $1 billion, and that's a lot of money. I
That is
think.
a lot.
I think between the two, which would be $2 billion, I think we would be okay, right? Right, guys? Right?
These
Yeah.
cats are so ungrateful, man. This generation.
agree,
is so
right?
cooked.
Okay,
It's
no.
selfish.
I need to know who's paying you to do this.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
don't know.
A philanthropist? I don't
Who's
know.
who's gonna pay
It's
$1
a-
billion for a service from someone who's never done it before in their life,
Oh yeah, I can promise
compared
you
to
it ain't gonna be
someone who does it every day for a hell of a lot cheaper?
Um.
I mean, you bring up a valid point there, but
well,
you
it's
know.
a hypothetical
Okay,
question.
exactly.
So anything.
I mean, it
goes.
is hypothetical, but you know, who's gonna pay you to do it?
Hey, you never know. Somebody might.
How much is McDonald's worth?
Not enough.
What, you think
Yeah,
Ronald
doubt that much.
McDonald is gonna come over here and pay you for that?
I mean,
You have to
depending-
suck Ronald McDonald's dick?
Sure.
No, it's
bring
definitely
him,
it's
bring
definitely
Grimace.
gonna be Mayor McCheese.
Bring Mayor McCheese. Bring the whole
That
whole
man
family.
looks
dude.
like he's packing.
Bring the
Yeah,
Hamburglar
no,
too while we're at it.
That's a hard pass. Hard pass.
Hard.
Okay,
Ha.
but if we had to rank, what is the most attractive fast food mascot?
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
probably your
I
best.
gotta-
All right, so it's definitely the Colonel.
Colonel
Oh.
Sanders
Colonel.
Yeah, look at that man.
I
does
disagree.
have a nice beard.
Colonel is
I
old,
mean, dresses
he's
nice.
probably
You know,
racist.
obviously he's got some money.
Yeah, but
He
how is that
definitely
attractive?
has skeletons in his closet. I'm going with Roy
Money.
Rogers, the cowboy. That's a real man's man right there. Roy Rogers.
What the fuck
Where's
restaurant
that from?
for?
You never had a Roy Rogers?
I've never heard of it.
It's
What
like
what restaurant
Arby's.
is it?
It's called Roy Rogers. It's like a restaurant.
Oh.
It's kind of like Arby's, but he was like a
I
real
love
life
him.
cowboy, and he was in movies and he did
Okay,
songs.
okay.
He's a real man's man, not the Cardinal.
Real man's man.
What war did he fight in? Huh?
I don't know.
The Making
Alright,
America Fat
so-
War. He won.
I
Okay, so-
mean,
I
Fair
got
enough.
something for you boys.
Okay.
If all of you go to your web browser and you type in fast food mascots, just type in fast food mascots, okay? It should pop up to a bunch of mascots. You can go down and you can see a picture of Wendy. And that is not the same Wendy's that we know.
oh, oh,
Hold on, I'm looking.
hey, how old is that Wendy? I'm trying to get.
Whoa!
Yeah. They got some pretty terrifying mascots on here.
Yeah.
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 What is Dylan? Dylan, what is the Noid in parentheses?
Yeah. What the hell is
Dominoes?
that thing?
Dominoes. Bizarre claymation appearing in everything from commercials to video games.
Yeah, for all you listeners,
I can't remember that from back
Look,
in the day.
no, look one under it. The sponge monkeys. What is that?
yeah, who represents the sponge monkeys?
What's a sponge monkey?
Oh,
SpongeBob.
it's from Quiznos. They still got those things out there.
Dude,
Quiznos?
Quiznos is so good. I haven't had
I
Quiznos
don't
in
know.
such a long time. Those are like in the East Coast, no?
I don't know, dude. I really don't know.
Yeah, I don't.
Okay, all right.
I don't-
Don't scroll too far down because I'm getting like the Colonel Sanders shirtless, like shredded, like hot as hell. Like,
Whoa, what's website are you on there?
uh, Google.
Yeah, cool.
What else we got? We got
Honestly, though, like the Burger King himself is not terrible.
The King's not bad
the
looking.
Burger King. He looks like he'd be greasy. Like,
Yeah, you
Dude,
ain't
that
wrong,
dude.
but
All right, he's the king though. He gets some. He gets
oh,
some.
you're right. He got money too. He got that king money. He got that royalty money.
You got that royal riz?
That royalty riz.
Could be.
Guys, we're missing the very obvious answer here.
what's that?
Which is
The name Jack in the Box.
Mhm.
Oh, wait a minute.
The name speaks for
It don't make
itself.
that
I
noise,
mean,
Harold.
come
Not
on,
wrong.
what are we doing here?
Honestly, no. Jack in the Box is really a mid fast food restaurant. You
Never
can
had it.
disagree all you want.
Never had it.
It's
mid,
not great.
Could
It's
care less.
really
It's mid.
not good.
but I'm going for the name here, which is Jack in
Yeah,
the Box.
the name gives it a little something, but
Why is
the food
Jack in
does
the
not.
Box though?
It's like what is it? Like
I mean, it's not
tacos and
necessarily a
It's
person.
like
It's an
burgers and
action.
it's tacos.
I think so.
yeah, it's like a little
Yeah,
bit of
it's
everything.
like a mixture of a lot of different stuff.
Where do we think Freddy Fazbear would rank on that ranking? Would
Oh,
he be
that's top
higher?
of the list. Oh
I
yeah,
don't know who that
top
is.
of the list.
Pound me, daddy.
No, good old Chica.
Toy Chica. That has a man acting.
Don't-
Listen, don't get me started. I gotta
The-
pop a collar off. Whew.
The Dunga Banga lose on that thing.
I
Uh,
didn't know the president's daughter was clipped with ballistics.
So,
So
yeah,
now
anything
what?
else that we want to talk about before we wrap up? Maybe potentially. I don't know.
I'm still
Don't
looking
Alright.
at all these fucking fast food restaurant things. I've never heard of half of these.
I know some of these are made
Jubilees.
up. I feel like
You're
You
made
know?
up.
I remember the Noid from Domino's.
Oh.
That was many, many years ago.
Yeah, that thing gives me nightmares. I mean, that
yeah, that
thing
thing
is
looks
kind of
like it
weird
would.
looking.
Yeah, run through my nightmares. Honestly,
who thinks of this stuff and thinks, "Oh, this would be great to show on TV."
I mean, they let a lot of stuff slide that probably shouldn't have back in the day.
That is fair.
that is
yes.
very true.
I mean, he's not any less creepy than the Chuck E. Cheese dude.
Any less creepy than the McDonald's guy? That clown. He looks
Ronald,
like
yeah,
he's definitely
He's an
been in the
interesting
pen
one.
a couple times.
I don't think there's anything less creepy than like an animatronic that has been rotting for however long.
Yes.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Like
Yeah.
some of those are like, oh, let's go explore this abandoned Chuck E. Cheese, and then he's just chilling, and he's nasty.
Just sitting there doing his job, just geeking out, staring at spiders.
Eating burgers.
Yeah. Ugh. Oh no.
Pizza.
Eating Dylan's favorite burgers too.
What are my favorite burgers?
McDonald's burgers.
No. Ugh.
Oh
No,
no.
McDonald's.
McDonald's.
It does. That's what I've
Hey,
heard.
did y'all see the recent recall going out for McDonald's quarter pounders? There's
did
E.
not.
coli in them
No.
or whatever.
No,
That's
please
convenient.
educate.
Nice.
If I die, in the next couple days, I like to give this podcast to one of y'all because I had a burger from there and I had to poop
Uh-oh.
really bad. So maybe
Uh-oh.
Well, if
You
you had to
know-
poop really bad, maybe you already got rid of it.
It's true.
Maybe. I mean, this is a couple days
I
ago,
am
so I don't know.
so glad that I don't eat there.
Okay,
No,
what's
man,
the
they got
best
some
fast
top tier
food?
breakfast.
What's the best fast food in the game right now, then, Dylan?
In the game right now. Ooh,
Mm.
that's tough.
That is a hard one.
Ooh. You know, I know it's gonna be funny to all of you because I'm gonna choose Panda Express.
I mean,
I don't know why that's funny.
Oh no, it couldn't be because my chicken leg symbol logo dude has slants for eyes.
Oh my goodness, your guy looks like he's mischievous, like he's about to do something. I would not turn my back to that guy. He'd shake me with his bottom bone.
it probably would.
At least it's not Andrew with the booty cheeks.
Dude, Andrew's is like triple winged up. Oh my goodness, that chicken wing, I'd tear that thing up.
All right. Let's settle down here. All right.
No, I think we should settle up, honestly. I mean,
Saddle up or settle up?
Both.
whichever you want.
Yeah. Don't fault me for my big donkey booty. All right.
He was born with it. He was born this way.
Booty. That's from what is that? Middle school that started?
Yeah, that is a middle school reference. Yeah.
Oh boy.
The ladies back in the day, you know,
The ladies.
The
were
ladies.
were observant. And
Ooh.
no, I'm not going to throw any names out, but they were observant, and they gave me the nickname Donkey Booty.
Mm-hmm.
Have you ever been
swear.
pegged before?
All right, it's a great addition to this podcast episode. We're gonna sign out here.
That leaves it up to the listener's imagination there, Andrew. You sure you want to do that?
It's like a
No.
mystery.
We're not gonna leave any
All right,
imagination.
nice seeing
up.
everybody. All right.
The answer is no. I've never been pegged. I will never be pegged.
Or so he says.
Yeah, I don't know.
Well, I go
We
by
can,
my word. I have a very strong
we can-
word. So
We can have a discussion with your wife.
no, we can't.
Anyway.
No.
I mean,
anyway.
You can say we can't, but we can. Let's be honest.
Next question.
My next question is for Andrew's wife.
No.
Uh-huh.
All right. Yeah.
So does anyone else got any closing anything we want to say before we dart out here?
Harold, tell our listeners when they can find the podcast and when they will hit the streaming services.
Yes.
Also, you never did give us all the platforms.
That's because I was busy loading them all because they are on every single platform that you would get your podcast service from. You got Apple Podcasts, YouTube, the Podbean app, which is where we created this pod, Spotify, which is the most popular one, but Amazon, TouchTune and Alexa, iHeartRadio, Player FM, Listen Notes, Samsung, Podchaser, Boom Play. We bring the boom. No, we don't.
All right.
Boom,
Podcast
boom.
Addict, Deezer, Pandora, Audacity. If you got a smart fridge, you could probably play it on that.
Oh yeah.
But before we
All
go,
right.
I do have one last thing that I would like to do at the end of every episode. Before we leave off, I would like us to give a shout out to maybe something that we started getting into, something we started listening to, something we started noticing. Can be anything. What's your hot topic of the week? So, Dylan, what's your hot topic of the week?
Oh, hot topic of the week. Probably got to be music. I'm always searching for new music. Band called Dead Eyes.
Ooh, good band.
Yeah, just found them recently. They're pretty decent so far. Definitely excited to dig more into them.
Email in at the show, the Jerk Circle Show at email.com. If you got any band recommendations? Because we're open to listening to some new bands. Maybe we can do like an email recap at the end of episodes if we start getting enough emails.
Just no Akon.
Yeah.
What's wrong with
No
Akon?
Akon.
Ooh, we're gonna
No
Akon. Not so hot take, actually. Akon's trash.
Okay.
Absolute trash.
All right, we can save that for another
These
episode.
cats. Well, yeah, we'll
Nice.
save it for another episode. But Andrew,
That can be topic number 1.
all right. Before I do things that I should not say, I'm gonna do to them. Andrew, what's your like hot topic of the week?
Kind of a little opposite from Dylan, but it's the one thing I'm really looking forward to. Obviously, is another Packers win. Knock on wood. But for platform, PlayStation and Xbox. I think I don't know about Xbox, but I know PlayStation. We get Phasmophobia on the 29th, and I am very excited to play that, and that will be a lot of fun. We'll stick a lot of hours into that. The PlayStation needs a lot more of these co-op horror games.
Do they have any?
Yeah, they do.
Couple.
They have a couple. I think the PS5 has expanded a little bit, but I think it could really grow into. Obviously you've got all your games on Steam and PC, but I think the PlayStation is starting to grow a little bit more into that area. So yeah, looking out for that. That comes out next week, Friday. So I'm really looking forward to that.
I thought you said it was the 29th.
Oh, is that not Friday?
No.
Is that
That's
Tuesday or Wednesday?
the Wednesday?
Yeah, I guess
Twenty-ninth
no,
is
Tuesday.
All right, my
Sorry,
bad.
that's Tuesday.
I guess I'm so used to like where songs come out on Fridays. I'm thinking games also come out on Fridays. So, but yeah, no, that is not the case. I was my bad. But yeah, looking forward to that.
Jared, what's your hot topic of the week? What has really got your gears going right now?
Well, right now I'm just excited to see Tua back.
That's good, man.
I can't wait to see if he puts some kind of spark in that team.
Tua turn the ball over.
Well, let's hope not. Let us hope not.
What would you consider a good game from Tua? What would you say is the bar that if he crosses, you would be happy?
Well, obviously I want to win, but second, just see him actually walk off the field in one piece. Or I shouldn't say in one piece, by himself.
Yeah.
Maybe
on his own
walk
record.
in general.
Maybe
I'm also excited to watch the World Series start this week.
That does start this week. Who do
Yes.
do any of us want to do a prediction who's winning and how many games?
Not a chance. I don't even follow.
I think it's going to go 7 games, and I think it's going to be the Dodgers.
It's got to be 6 or 7. I feel like
it's going to be the Dodgers. It's going to be the
so.
Dodgers.
I think it's going to be the
Shohei's
Dodgers.
just so damn good.
It's going to be Shohei having a big moment, clutch. I don't want to say
I'm
he's going to have
Shohei's going to have 3 touchdowns in this series, or touchdowns, Jesus, home runs in this series.
Don't know how much he knows about.
Yeah.
I know he's
it's baseball season.
I know he's a two-way player. I didn't know he was a 2-sport. I mean, shoot, would you start Shohei?
Shit, he probably could be.
I would.
He's pretty tall. The dude could run faster, and hell, he'd be a good tight end.
He would be a good tight end. He got good hands.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Hey, what are you talking about?
Whoa, yeah.
What do you mean?
I know what you look for in a baseball player, huh?
Dude, they gotta have the pitcher booty, or I don't want him. If he ain't swinging for the fences, then he's a mediocre baseball player to me.
Yeah, he don't look at the mound they pitch off it. He looks at their mound.
Yeah.
If I don't see a baseball on that booty, I don't want it.
Jesus.
I gotta say the shout out for the week has gotta be the Penguin, HBO show. Supposed to be.
I gotta watch that.
It's when I heard everyone talking about it, how it's like The Sopranos and stuff, which is one of my favorite shows of all time. I thought it was just the internet being the internet, people overrating stuff that's currently, but oh man, it's so worth the watch. I'm only a couple episodes in, but man, the way like the dialogue is, it's like it's so good. I don't want to spoil nothing, but You know, for people that maybe weren't a fan of the Batman because, you know, it's another Batman movie. It's too dark. They don't like Robert Pattinson. This is worth it. Even if you're not into the Batman, if you're just into like any type of drama, if you love The Sopranos, you love, you know, Yellowstone, anything like that, it's worth a watch.
All right.
You wanna
Thank
watch it.
you. Thank you for that. I will
Yeah.
have to look into that.
But yes, we'll call it here. The Jerk Circle podcast. Thank you for everyone for listening. Thank you, Harold. Thank you, Dylan. Thank you, Jared.
Yeah.
Thank you, Andrew. Thank you, our friends and family. Thank you, everyone who's been talking about this. And we will be seeing you tomorrow for a very special episode where we have our first guest on the pod. You may have not heard of him, but he's got quite a big following on TikTok. His name is Beryl Bushman, and we're going to be having him on the pod. We're going to be hearing some kitchen horror stories, so that's always great. So I hope you guys are
boy.
ready for
Oh,
a double weekly upload.
very excited.
So yeah,
Bird.
you guys have a good night, and we'll be heading out. So deuces.
Hey, don't party too
Later.
hard.
Later, dude.
Goodbye. See you next time. Or see ya. Listen. Wait. I don't know.
Do something.
I'll be seeing you in your dreams.